Mid-South Coliseum, where we are 5 minutes into a unbelievable match. A Mississippi chain match with Buddy the father and Robert the son going against Johnny Gray and Bill Dundee. George Barnes, the Australian co-champion with Bill Dundee, who was scheduled to be in this bout tonight, was not permitted to wrestle due to a high fever and an increase of blood pressure. John Gray from Australia taking his place, and it has been absolutely one wild melee since it began. We're about 6 minutes underway. Johnny Gray in the yellow trunks. Buddy Fuller over in the corner, chained to Bill Dundee. And I believe that the bell has sounded. 5 minutes, 49 seconds, and as we joined it, a minute and 40 seconds in, after we joined it, the Fullers, Robert and Buddy, are winners of the match, but Buddy's not content with just the win. He's trying to pour back some of the punishment that Bill Dundee had given to him in 2 previous matches. There goes John Gray out of the ring. Dundee, still chained to Buddy Fuller, goes out on the floor, and Fuller gets the cuff off. And Robert and Buddy, with their hands raised, signifying a great victory over Bill Dundee and John Gray. Here comes Dundee. He hadn't had all he wanted, and Buddy gives him a little more. Johnny Gray into the turnbuckles and out on the floor. The winners, Buddy and Robert Fuller in a Mississippi chain match. Dundee sprawled out on the floor. Johnny Gray gets back to his feet, but very unsteady. He grabs the ring post and holds on before this capacity crowd of 11,300 in the Coliseum tonight. Robert Fuller, who has been denied on several occasions recently by disqualifications and other flukes that belie his outstanding wrestling ability, being carried out of here, and Buddy Fuller helping right along with it with his younger son Robert. And so the victory goes to the Fullers over Bill Dundee and Johnny Gray. This is Lance Russell from the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum.
Here, Gordon, I do a lot of running, and this is running stadium here with 3 sets of leg weights on. That's just to make it that much more difficult. Run up and down stadium steps for stamina, for endurance. And this is just some light dumbbell work here for shoulders. Leroy's a man that does the heavy stuff in the gym, and Leroy's a man that as far as our team's concerned, I figure is going to have the power, and I'm hoping to provide the speed. This is just some outtakes of different matches here. This is a match which I won the Southern Heavyweight Championship and was the youngest guy ever to do so. This is that I'm pounding at this time. Right here I'm going to use a hold of my father made famous, called a Fuller leg lock. And I think we're probably the only people in the country to use that, and that's broken many legs in this part of the country, and it's taken me to a lot of victories, and my brother and my father too. So, right there, it won the Southern Heavyweight Championship for me.
I might point out, of course, that you have a great deal of versatility between your grandfather and your father and, of course, your brothers. This made a great deal of difference because of the longevity you have in the sport.
Well, that's right, Gordon. I've been around wrestling all my life. I went to my first match when I was 9 days old. I don't remember any of it, but I was there nonetheless. And I've seen my father wrestle, my grandfather wrestle, a lot of people in my family, and I've just spent hours and hours watching matches, training, and just working to be as good as I possibly can be. Right here, this is a match with Buddy Colt. This is from Miami, Florida in 1974. And in this match, I won the Florida Championship.
Might point out, too, that when it becomes necessary to, in a sense, go to Fist City, if you will, in other words, if somebody wants to break the rules and regulations, you have a tremendous reach advantage over your average opponent.
Well, Gordon, that's to my advantage, to be sure, and I try to take advantage of all of my physical attributes. Leroy does the same thing. He uses that size to great advantage. I think that's why we're going to make a great team. Right here, this is working out in the gym, and this is just working out, really. It's not to pin a man, but it's to get a man on his back in a position where he can be beat. I usually work out with 3 guys at a time, and that helps my endurance. This is bridging, which every wrestler needs a strong neck for sure. That's where it all starts and ends, is with the neck. And doing a lot of bridging and keeping that neck in good shape is vitally important if you're going to be a wrestler.
And, of course, that helps the dominus erecti as well, a general overall body toning. And like you say, of course, if you can't do those bridges, when somebody gets you down on that mat, it's awful hard to get up.
That's right.
Chattanooga wrestling fans, I have with me right now none other than the most popular sensational star in the country today is Robert Fuller. Robert Fuller demanded this return match tonight right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, at the Memorial Auditorium with none other than Jerry Lawler, the NWA Southern Heavyweight Champion. You'll see here on TV why Robert Fuller demanded this return match. I'm going to let Robert Fuller explain to you fans what happened and why he demanded this match. No time limit, no disqualification. Robert, tell these fans what happened Monday night in Memphis.
Well, I'll tell you, it's how can one man express the way he feels about having to go in the ring and wrestle too? And that's exactly what I had to do. It's not like I went in the ring to wrestle Jerry Lawler for a championship. It's like I went in to wrestle Lawler and Bass. Bass came in the ring when I had the man beat. I was bloody. I couldn't see what I was doing. And I beat the man I got my hands on. Now, they may say that I'm crazy or something and that I beat Bass. Well, I did beat Bass, but as far as I was concerned, it was Lawler. Nick, I got to say one thing. I've traveled around a lot, and I'm a young man, but my father wrestled, and his father before him, and I got great admiration for the wrestling profession. And a man like Jerry Lawler and a man like Sam Bass, they don't belong in this profession. I'm coming over to Chattanooga Saturday night.
That's tonight.
That's right, tonight. And I'm coming over there to take care of a job, and that job is to wrap that Lawler up as quick and as fast as I can. And if Bass sticks his nose in again, then I'm going to hurt him. I'm sending him to the hospital. You might as well figure that one of us guys are going to the hospital, me or him, because I've asked for the match, no disqualification and no time limit. That's what we've got. And I'm telling you, I'm not quitting until the man beats me half to death, because I'm sending him to the hospital or he's sending me. I'm going to win that match.
Well, Robert, I know one thing. You didn't know what happened because you was practically blinded from the blood flowing on your eyes. You had pinned Sam Bass. You had thought you had pinned Jerry Lawler. When you got up, you threw Lawler over that top rope. The referee turned around and awarded the match to Lawler on an automatic disqualification, which I think was wrong. And Sam Bass didn't have no business interfering.
Nick, there's going to be some more bleeding tonight, but it's not going to be me. I've got a cut on my head, but it's not going to open. There's going to be one opened on his head. I can promise that to the people. If there's any way that I can wear that belt, and that means sending him to the hospital or beating his head to a pulp, I'm going to wear that belt tonight.
Well, knowing you, and I know your father, and knowing your brother, I know if there's anybody can do it, you're the man capable of doing that, Robert. And I want to wish you all the luck in the world. I know the fans here in Chattanooga are looking forward to you winning that belt from Jerry Lawler tonight right here at the Memorial Auditorium. Good luck to you, Robert, and we'll see you over at the auditorium. So all you fans, now don't forget, that's tonight, right here in Chattanooga at the Memorial Auditorium. Let's go back to Harry Thornton. He'll announce a complete card for tonight.
The action is outside the ring now, fans, as you see Jerry Lawler climbing back through the ropes, Ricky Gibson out on the floor. It has been a seesaw bout all the way, as you know, with first Gibson, then Lawler in possession. All right? Buddy Fuller, excuse me. I said Ricky Gibson. We've been having quite a few matches without thinking. Ricky was in the previous match. Without thinking, I had him mixed up. This is Robert Fuller, and look at Fuller slam that right. Robert Fuller pouring it on. Boy, the referee out there now, and Lawler is bleeding. Blood is coming out of the head of Jerry Lawler as Robert Fuller has really taken command of this match. It's no time limit, no disqualification. The referee outside the ring, and manager Sam Bass barred from the arena. Look out into the crowd, onto a chair. Robert Fuller slams the champion, Jerry Lawler, who is staggering, has taken a beating, especially in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Look at that. Blood continues to flow now. Robert Fuller pounding him about the head. I saw some blood there a minute ago, and it looks like there'll be some more the way Fuller is working on him. The referee trying to slow things down a little bit, get him back in the ring. Again, Fuller slams Lawler headfirst into the turnbuckle. What about this one's been? Remember, it is no DQ, no time limit. Back in the ring, both men off the ropes. Back body drop by Robert Fuller. Right after him, on top of him. Referee in to count. 1, 2, no. Roll him off. Again, Fuller moving on the offense. Beautiful knee left. And Fuller is absolutely in command at this moment. Jerry Lawler, battered, beaten, bloody and bruised. And look at Fuller throw that right. Robert Fuller trying to close it out right here in this next minute or two. And Lawler is just about in as bad a shape as we've seen him, but he's fighting back. He's still game. Look out. Fuller tried to pick him up, fell over back with the referee counts. 1, 2, 3. Now let's see. Wait a minute. Who was down? No. The winner is Jerry Lawler. Both men were on their backs and shoulders, but the referee is ruling that Robert Fuller had both shoulders down, that Lawler is the winner. A very unpopular decision with the crowd, and Robert Fuller pours it on Jerry Lawler. That's the ruling by the referee. It was a very close one. They have ruled that both men were close to having their shoulders pinned, but that Lawler was the only one who really had one shoulder up, that Fuller was the one who had both shoulders on the mat, and therefore he is the loser. The winner and still champion is Jerry Lawler. Way up on the stage, up on the bleachers now, way up on the stage, 20 or 30 rows up into the bleachers. Robert Fuller has Lawler, slaps him down, he comes. Look at that, head over fist all the way down, down on the floor. Robert Fuller. Robert Fuller drove him about 20 rows down. Look out, right into the wall, the solid concrete wall. Robert Fuller drove him right head first into it. Lawler staggering almost out on his feet, now heads for the dressing room. What about this one has been? But regardless, the winner is still Jerry Lawler, according to the referee.